I started teaching welding at Blinn about 2010, but I always did it as part-time, and I ran my blacksmith shop, and then just a year ago is when there was an opportunity to take over full-time. So the welding world has always written stuff down, and that part is great, but the problem with learning to weld from just a book is that you can know all the technical stuff. You can know how to have your hands, how to have your metal, how to have everything prepared. But you have to have somebody that can show you in person so you can smell those smells and feel the machines vibrate and see exactly what it is. See the smoke that comes off of a weld, feel the heat that comes off. And to be able to explain that to students, you really need to stay on the top of your game. As soon as a welder finishes a weld, he'll knock the slag off and look at it. If he didn't care what it looked like, he'd never knock the slag off. He'd just go to the next one. But there's always that, well, my welds look better than yours today, and there's that internal competition on a crew or whatever. You always want to build, when you build anything, from cattle guards to fancy little garden gates or sculptures, you want it to be very pleasing to the eye. Most people say aesthetically pleasing, but as long as it's pleasing, then it makes people happy. And there's a certain amount of artisan that has to go into even an oil derrick. You know, you want everything nice and straight and clean and everything to fit well. And there's definitely an art to getting huge structures to look right and look square. There's a lot of guys that taught me in the late 90s, and some of them weren't around anymore, and they were very talented. And so now I kind of look at it as my job to make sure that all their hard work and sweat can move on to the next generation. And if I'm the steward of that knowledge, then so be it. That's how we'll do it.